been acting up like crazy here too today. It's giving that spooky vibe where the wind is doing that woo noise outside.
Trees are like spinning in circles.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is about today. I just feel like technology is being really weird.
Well, Mercury retrograde started yesterday.
Oh, that explains a lot. It explains a lot. Thank you. Hi,
So,
Stephanie. Just
hi
gonna light
guys.
sage.
Good morning.
The last bit of sage. Look at my nubbin. My nubbin is getting my sage.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
waiting for my
near to that.
I'm waiting for my delivery from Shaman Market.
You need something other than your own fingers holding onto it.
I know, right?
Good, beautiful day, everyone. Good, beautiful day.
Hello, everyone. Just lighting some sage. I was just doing some clearings.
How early do you start in the morning?
It entirely depends on the medium. Some mediums that I work with are in England, like the one was today. So that way, when I work with Katie, she usually works in the mornings. Well, my mornings, I should say. So it really depends. I was up until 1 a.m. last night, actually, doing clearings with one of our mediums that's in LA, too. So it's really spread out.
Right. I am not a morning person at all. Like, this is an early start for me.
It really depends on whether or not I was a night person. If I go to bed early, I'm fine. But being able to unwind lately has not been easy.
Fair. I hear that. And some of the things we choose to label appropriate to unwind are not really in our highest good. So finding what that is a challenge for sure.
Well, it's funny because a lot of people started messaging me when I said I was going away next week. They were like, "Oh no, what about my clearing?" And I'm like, "Do you think this is work for me? Like clearings isn't work. That's pleasure. I don't ever take a holiday off from pleasure, do I?" So.
And isn't that the secret to make what you do for finances the same as your career energy? And I'll love to share with you guys about the 12 energies today. That's what I'd like to talk about. But to that exact point, when you love what you do, it isn't work, it's purposefulness. And that purposefulness also has the ability to support us while we still exist in these third dimensional rules. And that's part of what's called our cosmic cycle. And so that's what I'd like to talk about today, if that works for you.
Sounds great. Yeah.
Cool. Can I just go into teaching mode?
Please do.
All right. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Traci. I'm a doctor of metaphysical psychology. I've been a mystic for nearly 20 years, and my purpose on this planet is to support you on this human journey. I think, I feel, I believe, I know that we chose human being for a reason. While a lot of things seem sucky, they are actually serving a really important purpose. My philosophy, for the lack of a better word, is mostly awesome most of the time. And I'd like for you to think of it not just as a mantra for creating and maintaining positive energy, but as a scale of awareness. If you don't feel, if you aren't thinking, if your experiences aren't mostly awesome, then there is something that is not in alignment with your truth, and that something isn't meant to be suffering. It's not meant to be a punishment. It's literally an earth lesson. And I can't tell you, Laura, how many people have said to me, if you say earth lesson one more time, if you call earth a school one more time. But the reality of it is that we are spirit energy. We've chosen a human experience. We all came here on a very unique divine assignment. And I know for sure that that's my purpose, is to teach people that there is a human being user manual within our cellular memory, that we have a divine assignment, a very specific right for each individual path, and that Earth is a school. And I know that because that's what I channel, that's what I have the ability to see. I literally read the cellular memory. I have this really awesome 50-minute one-on-one session called the Soul Reveal Reading, where I ask permission to come into your bioenergetic field, and I share with you some very specific information. The sacred guides, your chakra guides that are literally pointing the way, communicating through your body. I talk about empathic, channeling, and highly sensitive energies, what that purpose is for you. I share with you your 3 divine assignments, how you uniquely are designed to create your reality, what that reality looks and feels like, and how you navigate the outside world with billions of other people who have their exact own unique purpose for being here. What's really, really super exciting about all of that is we all have it. And if we know who we are and why we're here, we're going to learn those lessons really simply, not quickly, not easily. It's not what human being is all about. We're here to have thoughts. We're here to have feelings. We're here to have experiences. And so what I'd like to talk to you guys about today is what mystics call our cosmic cycles. This has very little, I shouldn't say very little, this isn't astrology, and it isn't something that we can just lump into this is true for everyone, but it is a process that we all follow. And it has been corrupted over the last 12,000 years by forcing us to stop following the 13 moon cycles and to jam us into 12 calendar man-driven cycles. But I want to talk about Earth School as those 13 cycles, because we're about to move into one of the most important cycles ever. From December 1st, we're going to pretend, it's not true, but we're going to pretend that the cycles are the calendar months. It just makes it super simple for everyone to understand and follow, when in fact, it's actually the moon cycle. So some of the days on the end and some of the days on the beginning aren't exactly in the cycle, but the gist of it is the calendar year. December is the cosmic cycle called Vision for the Future. And the Earth lesson that we have in Vision for the Future is literally setting an intention. If you understand your divine assignment and your human being user manual, you'll know the exact name of your power energy. So, for example, mine is abundance. So it's actually what I'm here on this planet to create, to maintain, and to share. No exception. And so my vision for the future must always be, how do I expect and how do I accept abundance? How do I teach? How do I share abundance? For everyone, it's different. And if you don't know the exact name of your power, your promise to source, then any word on this planet that resonates with you, that creates a vibration within your being, that drives you to that scale that I shared earlier, mostly awesome, most of the time. If you get positioned in that energy, what it's called is an intentional focus. And December is the month in which the intentional focus is planted. I want you to imagine that there's a cosmic intelligence. There is a guiding energetic source that is you, but then you decided to drop into this third dimensional timeline and have this experience. But you're still tethered to that divine intelligence through what we call the Hara line. It literally is downloading into your being in every given moment messages from all of the other dimensions, everywhere that your soul exists. And so as we start to follow these cosmic cycles, the divine intelligence, the above energy of the law of correspondence, and Mother Earth, because we chose her timeline, literally conspire. They create this bubble of energy around anyone following this path. And the path that I'm going to explain to you today is called Earth School. And when you decide to follow that path, Mother Earth supports your physical body and your emotional body, and cosmic intelligence supports your spiritual body and your mental body. And so let's think of this as soul and ego in alignment.
Yes.
And when you are listening to the messages, they're going to be luminosities, coincidences, synchronicities. They're going to feel horrible and they're going to feel awesome. They are equally as valuable. The horrible judged experiences are saying, hey, you have a lesson to learn. Are you going to learn this lesson? And the amazing ones say, yay, yay, you learned the lesson. Next level, it never stops. The lessons never stop. And so I want to teach you today what these 12 lessons are all about, but I also want to invite you to a free 3-hour workshop on December 9th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to teach you what the cosmic cycles are, how to use them to bring you into a state of mostly awesome most of the time. I'm going to go through what the 12 Earth lessons are. Together, we're going to create that single word that drives us through the entire energy of 2025. 2025 is a 9 in numerology. It is both the end and the foundation of the beginning. And so this year, 2025, in the age of Aquarius, is one of the most important years that we have focused intention, that we know who we are, why we're here, how to navigate the outside world. This is important because we have to stop interacting, interlining, being who other people need us to be. We are here to learn our own unique lessons. So let me really quickly share what the 12 lessons are, and I'll relate them to the cycle just because when there's a correlation, you'll be like, oh my God, this makes total sense. That happens to me every year at this time. As I said, December is our vision for the future. The first 15 days of December is a brand new cycle, a brand new year starts. Actually, that's not true. The last 15 days, thank you, the last 15 days of this year are the first days of the cycle. We'll be introduced to that this year with a new moon. The new moon says, the intention has been set. But the first 15 days is the full moon, creating the intention to be set. In January, we go through the Earth School lesson called Physical Well-Being. Everything on this planet, energy-wise, is conspiring to get you in alignment with your body. Feeling safe, secure, and supported in our physical body is essential. Physical is the first foundation of self. If we do not feel, if we are not physically well, it handicaps all of the other ways in which we create our reality. It literally steals all of our energy. It is the number one most important human experience. We must be healthy physically. Our body must be safe, secure, and supported. We must trust our body, and our body must trust us being soul and ego in alignment. The second Earth cycle, the school lesson is called Emotional Competence. This is February. It has been hijacked by Valentine's Day, pretending that love is a symbiotic relationship between two people. Love is the highest frequency and vibration of our emotional competency. And what is the lowest? Fear. When it comes down to the simplicity of being human, there are only two states that we have the ability to live in. We've made it complicated by creating all kinds of bullshit stories, but there's two states. The highest frequency and vibration, which is love, and the lowest frequency and vibration, which is fear. This is the month that we align to all of the lessons that we need to support a conscious emotional competency. Competency meaning that you allow your emotions to guide and teach you, not to control and compel you. Our emotions are our soul's energy. And so when we have emotional competency, we have a direct connection to soul's purposefulness. The third cycle is March. It's my favorite because it is my personal cosmic cycle beginning. I was born in March. I'll talk to you guys about that in the course, in the 3-hour workshop as well. I'll teach you what your exact personal cycle is and what area of the month is your key, the key that unlocks all of your conscious awareness. For me, that's mental. March is the intellectual energy. It's the energy of the power of our thoughts. Did you know that your thoughts are created from a system or a machine inside your actual body called your pineal? This is a transmitter and a receiver, but it's also the filter for ego. And so you could be channeling very important messages, receiving them at the pineal, and ego's filter says, oh no, that is not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The challenge is you need that to happen because your soul has literally asked to receive it. But the bullshit stories, the habits and the beliefs, the trauma has created a filter that says that message does not get to come to your emotional competency. And so in March, we heal our mental capacity. And then as we move into April, we shift into spiritual. This is where we create our direct connection. Everything on planet Earth and everything in divine intelligence is literally conspiring to ask us, to show us, to teach us to trust our intuition. Now, if you were paying attention, January, February, March, and April, the first quarter of human life experience, is all about self, your physical, your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual. When you have a firm hold on these things, you know that you are physically well, you trust your body, you know that you are emotionally competent, you trust your soul, you know you are mentally, you have a mental capacity, you trust ego, and you are spiritually connected, you trust source. All of a sudden, this becomes our fifth cycle. This is May. Character. We came here to be a character in this matrix, in this school.
Yes.
And we have to know who we are. But we can't do that if we've been corrupted physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. These are the four energy bodies that we're here to bring together as one to have a human experience. We have to know who we are in this drama called Earth School. These are the first 5 and most significant areas of life that we focus on because they're called self. We came here to know ourselves as an individual being, separate from the whole. So cool. This then shifts into what we call our influential others. This takes us into June, our intimate love relationship. This isn't something I'll be able to explain right now, but we'll cover it in our 3-hour workshop. Intimate love relationship is our most important human relationship. Now, I know those of you who are not in a satisfying intimate love relationship or aren't in one at all or have children or parents or friends are going to say, that's bullshit, Traci. But it's not. Do you know why? Because it is the only significant human decision that we make. We choose our biological parents before we get here. Our children choose us. We didn't make those significant decisions as an unknowing being. But when we choose our intimate love, what we're choosing is our greatest teacher and our most annoying student. Our intimate love relationship's purpose is to show us the opposite of what we think and feel like we already know. They are our greatest teacher, good, bad, beautiful, or ugly. And so intimate love energy through the entire month of June, which just so happens that a large majority of human beings get married in June. That's cosmic energy. July is our parent-child relationship. While this is not necessarily a relationship that needs to be physically interconnected, it does need to be spiritually healed. We chose our biological parents because their generations of trauma would be the catalyst to us healing, coming into this age of Aquarius and elevating the last 12,000 years of pain and suffering into a fifth dimensional conscious awareness. We chose them because their generational trauma guides us. In the one-on-one soul reveal reading that I was sharing with you earlier, I literally tell you the exact name of your maternal 5 to 10 generations of trauma, your paternal 5 to 10 generations of trauma, and your womb trauma, why you chose them. We call these our fear stories, and they are the shadow work that Jung tried to explain to us, and of course we took it in a completely different direction. Our fear stories are not a punishment. They're not a pain that we're supposed to carry. We were supposed to recognize what that trauma was, unpack it, heal it, and ask it to guide us. When your trigger or your shadow work shows up, it's a literal warning that says, I am your best swear word friend. And if I'm here right now, if you see and feel me right now, you're not in alignment. You are not being who you said you would be. You're not following the path you said you would follow, and you're not with the people you said you'd be with. Get your shit together. This is the only purpose of our trauma, and it's why we chose our parents, because they carried it and didn't heal it. And we are healing it. That shifts us into August, social, our everybody else. Now, I want to tell you that over the last 15 to 20 years, social has gotten swear word complicated because we have things, well, maybe even the last 60 years, we have things that we don't recognize as our social infrastructure. Do you know that who you spend the most amount of time with is who you become? And we've been given Netflix and we binge watch Vampire Diaries. And then what happens? We become emotionally connected to those characters. Our brain doesn't know they're not our friends. Our brain doesn't know that's not happening to them. Our brain doesn't know that's not who we are. What you watch on television is part of your social infrastructure. It's who you're becoming. And so I want you to think of that as who you follow on social media. Make sure you're aligned. What you watch on television, make sure you're aligned. You know,
the music you listen to. Yeah.
The music you listen to. And there is an infrastructure of time. Space and time matters to the human experience. It
Mm.
doesn't really exist, but it matters to the human experience. Anything you do for 90 seconds plants a seed. Anything you remain in that seed for 90 minutes becomes your compass. Did you hear me? Your compass. You just binge watch. I'm trying to think of something. Oh, Dexter. Oh, you just binge watched 9 episodes of Dexter. You are now sympathetic to that low frequency and vibration of fear. And that's what you're going to attract more of. Okay, so go ahead.
I was just thinking, I was talking about this yesterday on the podcast where I heard a song that I haven't heard in 25 years and I knew every lyric to it. And I didn't realize that I even had all of that stored in here. You don't realize what you store in there and how much it can pop out when you're not expecting it to.
Yeah, and use Laura's example, guys, as a big aha moment. She knew all the lyrics. We're only using like 4 to 6% of our brain. Everything else is unconscious stored filtration for ego to deny soul its purposefulness on this planet. And I'm not saying ego's bad. I'm in love with my ego because we have a really good relationship now.
Yeah.
Because its filter is cleaned every single day. And this is an essential component. And so let's just do a recap. We've done the first 5 months of every year. Mother Earth and cosmic intelligence is conspiring to support us in a next level conscious awareness. How can we be who we said we were going to be? Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually becomes our character. Who we are, why we're here, and how we're going to manifest our reality. Then when self is embodied, we bring into it our influential others, our intimate love, our greatest teacher, our most annoying student, but our greatest teacher, our parent-child relationship. Again, I am not suggesting you have to have a physical relationship, but you do have to know and heal the generational trauma. And our social infrastructure, surrounding ourselves with like-minded community that minds their own business. They don't want to do our work for us. They don't want us to do their work for them. We want to gather as a mastermind of creation. And then we move into life. This is really exciting because this is the human experience. No other creatures have to deal with the bullshit pieces that we do, like working for a living, paying to live on this beautiful planet who has already gifted us everything that she has. Yep. Life starts in September with what's called career energy. And here's the biggest corruption of all time. Career has nothing to do with making money. And Laura actually completely explained it to us this morning when she said, "Do you think I'm working when I'm doing clearing?"
No, I'm not working when I'm doing clearings.
Right. She's fully embodied in her career energy. Our career energy is, how am I of enormous benefit to this planet because I'm in alignment with my physical, emotional, mental, spiritual character, intimate love, parent-child, and social infrastructure. I am of enormous benefit. And so if you can take that enormous benefit, the reason you came to human being, and take it into October, which is finances, and create an emotionally intelligent relationship with the currency of today. It's money. It still is money. I have such a hard time. Part of my specialty is working with people who have a big calling. They don't believe it because they have imposter syndrome. My ideal client has imposter syndrome. because I want to teach them that it's not a punishment. It's actually not even self-doubt. That's a filter ego has created. It's a calling to find the right teacher and mentor, to step into your career energy, to know how are you to be of enormous benefit. For me, I called this healed healers, because when we're doing our work honestly and we are here to heal something, ourselves, those around us, the planet, the disconnection with divine, then we're here to be of enormous benefit. Finances is the way that right now the world turns, and it's still going to be like that for probably another 30 years. So those of you who are my age, for example, I'm going to roll into my 90s still needing money. So guess what? I'm going to create a legacy of wealth, and I will have no shame in doing that, because in the month of October, Mother Earth and Father Heaven are conspiring to make sure that I have everything I need next level to feel safe, secure, and supported in my finances. We then move into November, and I want everyone to kind of just take a deep breath and recognize, oh, we're in November, which means our memory is really fresh. So from the 1st of November till the 30th of November, Mother Earth and Father Heaven conspire to gift to us a quality of life. If you are not mostly awesome most of the time, I want you to know that this month gave you more than enough examples of where you need to get your shit together. Whether it's in your own self, whether it's in your environment, whether it's in the collective. There is no coincidence, American friends, that your elections and your Thanksgiving fall after one another in the month of November. What quality of life are you choosing? Your vote creates that. Sitting at a table with gratitude creates that. And so if we look at this last month, where are we at? We're the 26th, so we're rolling into the end of the lessons coming. Do a little bit of inventory. Where do you need to focus your intention? And then finally, we get the gift of the first week of December. Our first week of December sends us back into vision, but it's the 13th month. It's not the 12th month, it's the 13th month. And in this most incredible moon cycle, the 1st of December to the 15th of December, we get to unpack everything. We get to take inventory of what lessons we did learn last year, what lessons we didn't learn next year, and how are we going to focus our singular attention? How are we going to create an intention to focus that attention? This is why in those first 15 days every year, this is coming into my 9th year, I teach a free 3-hour workshop. This workshop is called Vision, and in it I will teach you the 12 cosmic cycles. I will teach you what Earth School is all about. I will teach you your own unique individual cosmic cycle. And then we will create a word, a singular word that will drive you into the conscious awareness that each of these earth lessons bring. But we're going to make it exciting. We're going to make that single word an acronym that describes who you want to be. The singular word is the focus. It's what we're telling Mother Earth and Cosmic Heaven to keep delivering. But when we create the acronym, we're creating a story for our character to go into. It's the plot. We're creating everything that character wants to expect, accept, create, and maintain. And in that 3-hour workshop, I'm also going to walk you through my 55-page journal. the way that I literally work each of these 12 Earth lessons during the calendar month. And I'm going to introduce you to my Earth School, where we gather as a mastermind of spiritual seekers who want to walk the path of self-mastery, to be part of a mastermind that raises the frequency and vibration of this fifth dimensional experience, because we're doing our own work. We know ourselves so deep and intimate that we can be of service to anyone at any moment without causing ourselves any harm.
Beautifully said.
Thank
What a
you.
brilliant analogy as well. I love how you make it so simple to understand, Traci. Thank you.
I appreciate you saying that. Efficiency and effectiveness is part of my love stories. So in the Human Being User Manual, we have a power and a trigger. It's our true self. It's our positive energy and our negative energy. Our negative energy acts out as our fear stories. Our power energy, or our positive energy, is enhanced by our love stories. Well, my love stories are balance, passion, and purposefulness. And so my passion and my purpose is efficient, effective education for the spiritual seeker.
Well, thank you, Julia, in the comments for popping the links up there for us. We really appreciate you, Julia. There's the link again for anybody that would like to join. That is going to be on December 9th at 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. We've already got people registering. Thank you, Nicole. We appreciate you. I'm so glad to hear that. And, I think personal responsibility is one of the biggest things that the guides are trying to teach us right now. And they're constantly harping on about it. And they say, we're happy to help you, but you need to help yourself. It's like they can only do so much.
Right.
And so much of what we are on this journey for is, they can leave the breadcrumbs, so to speak, but we have to walk the path.
That's right. And what I like, for me, the path is the path of self-mastery. And that's why Soul Reveal Reading and the Human Being User Manual are my foundational pieces. But I would like you guys to think of Earth School with this analogy. If I take my glasses off, I can see, like, it's not that I can't see, but it's not clear and nothing is well defined. And so I can go through life choosing not to wear my glasses and have this blurry, confusing existence, or I can put my Earth School glasses on and I can very clearly see the path, the nuggets that take me there. But to your point, Laura, without personal responsibility, you're not actually doing your work honestly. Our guides are not here to do our work. They're our teachers. They're literally called guides because they're here to say, this is what you need to know. But you are a free and sovereign being. And so you have to choose. And if you aren't wearing your Earth School glasses, if you don't have your Human Being User Manual map, what are you doing? You're doing the best that you can with what you have. But there are tools out there, the Earth School glasses and the Human Being User Manual.
Reminds me of math. Because you think about it, right? Like the teacher is there to teach you, the algorithm is there to teach how the method, but the homework is up to you.
Right.
And if you need help with the homework, they will help you, but they're not going to do it for you.
You know what is really cool about that analogy? You know who our guides are? They're the tutors.
Yeah, the tutors.
Your teachers here in the Earth realm, because they've walked that path already. But your guides know more. They know the truth. They know your truth. And so you have to call them in. A tutor isn't going to come and sit on your lap. You've got to go and hire the tutor. I love that. Thank you for that. That was really cool.
I really love the fact that so many people are actually wanting to do this, though, because it's not easy to do homework when you're exhausted at the end of the day, so to speak. You've got a lot of stuff going on, and we all do, and I completely understand that, but this has to be made a priority.
And let me tell you guys the cool and absolute honest truth. Life is hard when you aren't doing the work. And it's hard to create the momentum of doing that work. But once you've created that, life gets real simple. And it's why mostly awesome most of the time is the gauge, because it has a feature of you can't lie to yourself. You can say, oh, my life sucks. And then you go through these 12 things. Okay, so physically, does it suck? Yes. Okay, emotionally? Yes. Mentally? No. Spiritually? No. Character? Oh, no, I love who I am. Intimate love? No, that's good. Parent-child? Yes. What's next? Social? No, that's good. Career? No, that's good. Finances? No, that's good. Quality of life? Yeah, okay, that's good. Vision? No. Well, guess what? The truth is, right there in that analogy, you are mostly awesome, because more things are better than the things that are not. And so if we're actually able to do this inventory and be honest, you right in front of you have what your score is of where you're at right now without judgment. So, you know, I don't like doing mine because I'm usually 11 or 12, and that's not fair, but it is, because for 20 years, I've done this work daily. For the last 10 years, I've done it obsessively. And for the last 9 years, I've taught thousands and thousands of students, more than 10,000 students, how to do this work. And so I am a 10, 11, or 12 out of 12. And that's not something I want to be ashamed of. It's something I want to be able to share with you. But if you're a 0 or up to 6, then I'm here for you. You are my person. Because that's not the way human being is supposed to be. We just haven't done our Earth School lessons, and it changes everything. And I love it.
I'm just having a little giggle at Courtney's comment. Courtney says, LOL, this sounds like the SRT report I got back from you. My guide said, connect to self. We aren't a white knight to rush in and save you with every little thing. I remember them saying that. Because they do, you know, they're kind of the cavalry we can call in when we need, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that we can handle on our own that we don't really realize are easier to do than we think.
Yeah.
You know, like, for example, when I first started doing this work, I would expect, all right, well, come protect me, you know, put a bubble around me, guard me. I need bodyguards, you know, like that's kind of my attitude. Whereas now I realize I am my own bodyguard. I have to protect myself. I have to, you know, beef up my own security, so to speak.
Yeah.
They're happy to help, but they want you to help yourself first and foremost.
First and foremost. Yeah, for sure. What I love about Courtney's message is the way in which one chooses to hear that. You could hear that like, yeah, we aren't a white knight. We're not going to rush in and save you. Or you could hear it like, we're not a white knight. We're not here to do your work for you. What work do you want to do?
They can be very cheeky, the guides, and they you know, they're very cut and dry sometimes with how they explain things.
Yeah. But it's a choice, right? If you choose to receive it from a place of the message is the power, or you receive it as this is fear-based, that's your perspective, and that's something that you want to be paying attention to. What is your natural filter go-to see the shit first or the rainbow? And that matters. There's no judgment in it. It just means that if you see the shit first, you need to pause and look it around for the potential.
Not what people expect to find at the end of a rainbow, but usually that's the case, unfortunately.
Well, can I shift that from unfortunately? We all chose human being. And so we chose the natural law of polarity. At the end of every rainbow, there has to be another pile of shit, or we'd only live for like 6 years.
What do they say about expectations?
Expectations, what?
They lead to disappointment.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Or when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
I've heard that one. Let's imagine that every pile of shit is the opportunity for the next rainbow. And every rainbow is the next opportunity to level up. And so we're just cycling through the challenges when we keep repeating and we stay here, cycle, 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 cycle. We want to learn the cycle, level up. Learn the cycle, level up. Learn the cycle, level up.
Love that. Thank
So
you.
good.
And you know, some of the best things, they grow out of shit. You just never know. Fertilizer is important.
It really is. It really is. And so we have the opportunity, we all right now have the opportunity to recognize that we're coming into a calendar-based energy, the month of December, that is begging you to do inventory. And to decide what next year is going to look and feel like. And a single word becomes that guide. It's so good.
Nicole says, call me a mushroom.
Oh yeah, Nicole, I was there. Call me a mushroom. Thank God for mushrooms.
I know, right? That's exactly the vibe I was thinking. It's so funny. I really love talking with you, Traci, because you make it so much, it's like you compartmentalize healing and making it easier for you, you know, just get through this step. And then when you got there, then you take the next one and so on and so forth. It doesn't look like such an impossible journey when you kind of dissect it in this way. And I love that. It's kind of like a spiritual 12-step program.
It is, for sure. It literally is the spiritual.
Yeah, literally is. Yes.
Well, thank you for giving me a platform to teach. I love it. I'm so truly blessed that you give me this space. And
I just love that everybody's so receptive to it. Everybody wants to hear it, you know? It's not like one of those things where we change the channel because we don't like what's being said. People are very receptive to it, and they, you know, people want to heal. They want to better themselves. They want to get to their highest timeline. Yeah. So we can all do that together.
And isn't that the whole point? We didn't come to human being to do nothing. Let's do something, and let's do it together.
Beautifully said. And thank you again. I'm going to highlight it one more time for you guys. Thank you to Julia for being so helpful with the comments and the links. We appreciate you, Julia. You're always so wonderful.
We really do.
And many thanks also to Dr. Traci today, because I just love having you on the podcast. You always, as Lindsay just said, Traci has great nuggets to share. Thank you.
And Lindsay, I love those words, nuggets. That is my that's my dream. How would you describe me? The nugget dropper.
Mushrooms and nuggets, my favorite things. I love it.
Yeah, so good.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. So many wonderful comments popping up. You'll have to go through and check them later, Traci. Thank you for everybody.
I always do. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. And I just want to check and see if there's anything going on Astara today, just to make sure. And we really are so grateful for everything that you're doing for this community, Traci. Thank you. Make sure that you guys check it out on December 9th. Mark your calendar.
One thing that's going on in Astara on Thursday night at 8, I do metaphysical messages.
Oh, so lovely.
It's a 90-minute session where I drop you into a meditation. You travel through 3 places of a body scan, and then we interpret the message of that scan as a community. So that's on the 2nd. No, that's not true. It's the 2nd and 4th Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Perfect. Wonderful. Make sure you guys check it out. Set your calendars. Thank you so much, Dr. Traci. It was really great speaking with you today.
Thank you, guys. So good to see you. Have a beautiful week.
Guys. See you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.